My name is Benjamin Carter, and I'm from Searcy, Arkansas. Good morning. Today I'll be preaching a sermon on Jonah chapter 2. As we read through Jonah chapter 2, I want you to put yourself in Jonah's shoes. I want you to think of a time you had patience with someone. Jonah was recently called by God to go preach to Nineveh, that they were in great peril of destruction, but Jonah decided that Nineveh was too wicked to be saved. So he runs away to Tarshish, fleeing from God, but on his way there, God sent a mighty storm in which the people on board started to panic and cast lots to see whose fault it was, and the fault landed on Jonah. Jonah was thrown overboard into the roaring sea, and immediately the storm was calm. Now, as he was falling deeper into the abyss, a giant fish swallowed him up. Now, will you please follow along with me as I read from Jonah chapter 2. From inside the fish, Jonah prayed to the Lord his God. He said, "In my distress, I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From the deep in the realm of the dead, I called for help, and you listened to my cry. You hurled me into the depths, into the very heart of the seas, and the currents swirled about me. All your waves and breakers swept over me. I said, I have been banished from your sight, yet I will look again toward your holy temple. The engulfing waters threatened me. The deep surrounded me. Seaweed wrapped around my head. To the roots of the mountains I sank down. The earth beneath buried me forever. But you, Lord my God, brought my life up from the pit. When my life was ebbing away, I remembered you, Lord, and my prayer rose to your holy temple. Those who cling to worthless idols turn away from God's love for them. But I, with shouts of grateful praise, will sacrifice to you what I have vowed I will do good. I will say, salvation comes from the Lord, and the Lord commanded the fish to vomit Jonah onto dry land." In this chapter, God is being extremely patient with Jonah, who fought against him and did not want anything from him. Jonah knows he shouldn't have run away and realizes his mistake a bit too late. Through all this, Jonah ended up bringing the sailors to God. I think of Psalm 51, verses 1 and 2. When Jonah is praying in the belly of the fish, it reads, "Have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love, according to your great compassion. Blot out my transgressions. Wash away all my iniquity, and cleanse me from my sin." I believe that when we are in a death situation, we should pray Psalm 51, 1 and 2, just as Jonah did. He wanted mercy from God and was begging for forgiveness. God has every right to be angry with Jonah, but with his patience and kindness, he shows mercy to him when he doesn't deserve it. Now back to the question I asked at the beginning. Has there ever been a time you had patience with someone who was either annoying or maybe just got on your nerves? Do you have as much patience as God had with Jonah? I have to use patience in my life because I deal with 5 younger siblings. I remember last year my youngest brother would scream all the time. How many of you guys have a younger brother that screams? I learned that if I helped him instead of making him more upset, he would stop, even when it was difficult, right? There is a moment of patience kicking in, and instead of hurting my brother more, I would help him. Just as God had mercy and love on Jonah, I had the same mercy and love on my little brother. I found a quote by Elif Shakaf, The 40 Rulers of Love, and he describes patience really well. He says, patience does not mean to passively endure. It means to be farsighted enough to trust the end result of a process. What does patience mean? It means to look at the thorn and see the rose, to look at the night and see the dawn. And patience means to be short-sighted as to not be able to see the outcome. The lovers of God never run out of patience, for they know that time is needed for the crescent moon to become full. This quote encourages us to understand that patience is not weakness, but rather deep trust in the process. and in what God or life is doing over time, even when the present moment feels painful, dark, or confusing. For example, a high school student who wants to do better in math but keeps failing math tests feels like giving up, but instead of quitting, the student decides to keep studying, asking for help and patience daily. Weeks later, their grades slowly begin to get better. The thorn, failure, eventually blooms into a rose, success, because the student believed in the process of growth. So next time you get mad at someone, I want you to stop and think, what did God do to Jonah? I want you to show patience and mercy with that person. Never get angry with them, and always love them just as God loved Jonah.